Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Drop Podcast. This is the podcast where we play games, hang out, do our thing. So some exciting news. You heard me. Just you guys don't know this, but I actually recorded all the episodes. Or like the last two episodes, I actually recorded it at the same time, or like in the same day. Hold on, let me catch my breath. I actually recorded it all today. And so this is me coming back. Those two were in the morning. This is me coming back for the night. You know, it's about speaking of, it's about 6:11 right now, and I need to set the timer 30 minutes. This has been doing really good, this whole 30-minute timer thing. Oh wait, actually, did I do 3 episodes today? This might be good because then I can get this has been a really busy, this is gonna be a really busy week, including Sunday's Super Bowl, but I'm gonna go see somebody, and just vibe a little bit. He does music too, so we're gonna talk music a little bit. But man, today has been super productive. Like I was telling you guys earlier today that I was gonna be working on my comic, which I did. I worked a lot on my comic. I will say I do feel like I have a little bit more in me. But like actually, like I finished like half a page. And I gotta say, like, storyboarding and everything feels like a chore sometimes. Like that's like I like writing because it's like I get inside of this world and it's just like ideas just come. You know what I mean? Like the writing part is the easiest for me. Then after the writing, the storyboarding part is what's getting like boring for me. Like it just feels like a chore. Like I like to draw, but it's weird. It's like this. It's like this is how I describe it. It's almost like I don't know. Like I whenever I'm researching all this stuff, whenever I'm researching like people or a mangaka, which is the Japanese for like a manga artist. Whenever I'm researching all this stuff, like a lot of like Akira Toriyama in specific is like a very lazy guy, but he wrote in one of these comic books. He said, like I really dive into something, and whenever I don't dive into something, I'm pacing around my room trying to figure out what to dive into. And then he said, after that he was like, if only my work could be something that I like to dive into, and it was funny. But what was I gonna say? It was funny, but it made me realize, like, like to these people, like this is work. Like this isn't like fun all the time. You know what I mean? Like I do this because like I enjoy it, and a lot of times I think people are like, well, why would you do something if you don't like love it? But I kind of feel like there are moments where like I love it. You know what I mean? Like I really like to draw, and I really like creating this story, and it's cool. But there are some aspects to it that I don't like so much. And I mean, but like a lot of it is like, or not even that I don't like it. Like I like the process. It's a cool process. But it's like I'm impatient. Like I just want to get to it. I want to see the story get played out. You know what I mean? Because even me, like whenever I write, it's like just like little pieces, as I'm actually developing the storyboard and like drawing out the actual images and the pages and what they're going to look like. It's like I'm creating the dialogue, like everything's kind of being like double written, I guess. Like the story and the main points, so like it has like a place that's going towards, but it's not, done. Like it's like it's on this journey, you know what I mean? But anyway, so like for me, like it's interesting, because it's like I get to see this as it's being developed. You know what I mean? And it's just like I just wish it happened faster. That's my thing. Like, because like I don't know. Well, here's the other thing. I do find that that like especially today, like I kind of forced myself to sit down and focus, but I had a lot of energy. Like especially since like in the morning I sat down to the podcast, and I had to go right away. But like that leaving, like I just had so much energy, just like that I gained from that, and a lot also like a lot of like excitement from just like because I enjoy, especially because I went downtown St. Louis, and my phone dinged in the middle of my quiz. Ooh, what was I gonna say? I lost it. Sorry, my girlfriend texted me. Oh, I love downtown St. Louis because like it looks like an old French city. You know what I mean? And I'm just blown away. Like I was saying before, actually, that I think what we should do with like architecture is like I wish there was like more energy to architecture. You know what I mean? Like I wish that they had more unique. Like I go to my job, it's at a warehouse, and everything's just like gray and dull, and it's like depressing, especially in the winter. It's just like bums you out. But one thing that but what I love is like the Roman style. Like I love going places and seeing unique buildings, and that's what I found that whenever I was exploring or not whenever I was exploring, but whenever I was driving throughout the city, because my mom owns a business out there, so it's cool that I got to see that. But yeah, so like that just got me energized and kind of like riled up, I guess. So then I had to come back and like I wanted to work on this story, but it was like sitting down, coming up with everything. You know what I mean? Like I just can't wait till I get like these 40 pages done, and then it's the next process, like defining everything more, refining the lines, really shaping the characters. But even then, it's like it can get tiring, like trying to draw like detailed like because right now it's like stick figures almost, or not necessarily, but it's like block figures, like it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like I have a general position where I want these characters, but I haven't I haven't really gone into necessarily like how I want them to look and be and feel, because like there's a whole energy to it. Like there's just blocks right now, blocks and positions. That's like just so I know where they are, but I might like change like the camera angle. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot that I could do, that I could change. And so it's just figuring out how I want to do this after this. Yeah, but on another note, so today I worked a lot on that. I got probably like I think it was, let's see, four done. I got four I think it was more than that, actually. Well, I got a bunch of pages done. I think, wait, hold on, 4, 8, 5. I got 5 pages done, because right now I have 9. So I got 9 pages done. So now I am just now I'm just working on building the sorry. I got 9 pages done on the manga, or on the comic. So that's that's good. And then I actually wrote a lot. I finished the song. So I might record that tonight if I feel like it. But for real, like kind of getting, I don't know, like I don't feel like the motivation to do it. I think maybe if I just do it, I will. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Because I also know that I have to re-record something. So I don't know. I mean, it just depends on the vibe I feel tonight for real. And I don't really have to wake up for anything tomorrow, unless I gotta go to church. Like low-key, like I'm kind of tired of church. Like I just don't feel like going there anymore. But I was gonna say though, then after that, I was telling you guys like that I wanted to get some merch done. Well, I finally did that. Finally got some merchandise created. We're looking at some sumie paintings, and I was telling my girlfriend though that it's cool that like, cause sumie was just something that I started. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something like I thought it was cool, so then I tried it out, and then like I just kept painting, and I kept learning. You know what I mean? And so now it's like, now I'm seeing, like now it's like coming full circle almost. Like it's like I started this project, and now this project is like taking form. You know, like now I see it like actually coming to life and serving a purpose in the bigger picture, like inside of this podcast in my life. It could possibly become something that that will, you know, serve me a lot and make me a lot of money, a lot of bread. Not that that's why I do it. Like I do it because I enjoy it, but you know, I also want that freedom so I can do it more. You know what I mean? And also so that I can explore. I wonder if there's any way, like, because I know I'm gonna be podcasting, you know, and going around the world and stuff, but I just want to know, like, is there any other way that I can monetize these things, you know? Like, take these further. 3 steps. 2 steps forward. Just Wonders Trick House. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, 1. But yeah, so I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm excited about the direction that everything's taking. I'm excited to see, you know, what I can do with sumie, and also like just like the fact that now I have a merch part of my website at joshuatbryan.com. It's cool that, like, because that's there, you know what I mean? And that's just like one thing done. Now I have this place where people can go to, you know, buy product from me, and it's like all I have to do is add to it, you know what I mean? So it's cool because like now I can like really well, it just opens up doors for me, you know what I mean? Like it opens up possibilities and opportunities in a way that that wasn't really for like there before, you know? Like now I can or at least now I feel like I can I mean, it's just one more task done. Like now all I have to do is make designs and upload them, and use my sumie as a way that to do that, you know? So anyway, look forward to some of that. And also, I guess like the next thing that I want to do with my website is create like a forum. I saw it, I just thought it was weird, but I might do that just so like you guys can I don't know, like possibly just like communicate with me or like give ideas. I know I need to use my Instagram more, which I might not, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just not motivated with social media for real. I'm gonna post. I'm not gonna post yet. I'm gonna post whenever things get like further down the road, and I kind of have a what do I say? I have a more put together I want to see how the shipping works because it was kind of complicated. The way that everything was set up, it was kind of weird. So yeah, first things first, I want to see how the shipping is. I want to test it for myself to make sure that everything is good, because I don't, like the worst thing that could happen that I would hate is if I made this happen, and then all of a sudden I find out that that things aren't shipping or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that would probably be like my worst nightmare that could possibly happen. So yeah, so I'm gonna order one first, see how that looks, and then that'll be good too, cause then it's like that can be the picture that I post. You know what I mean? But it looks dope. Like it's this sumie painting that I painted of a tree design, and yeah, it looks really cool. So, but whenever I show you guys that, whenever I post that, I'll let you guys know, or I'll show it to you, or whatever. But I think you guys are gonna dig that. Like I really think you guys will like that. And then, past that, what I was thinking about is like, okay, so from there, it might be cool to have you guys give me ideas for what you might want to see. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be cool. So you guys can give me like a challenge and I'll paint it. You know what I mean? I'll paint it, maybe like upload that to YouTube. So then I'm finally using my old Instagram or not YouTube channel again. But yeah, and then from there, like that'll be the shirt design. Then I'll throw that up on my website, and you guys can buy that if you want it. You know what I mean? Or like, oh yeah. Well, actually, I was saying this before on the last episode. I forgot. It'll be like the Pokemon, or no, the Super Smash Bros. Thing. How Super Smash Bros. did that, did the voting system. So yeah, I could definitely do that. Ooh. But anyway. I'm just really excited about everything that I got going on, all the possibilities, opportunities. But on another note, I think I want to talk about. I've had this topic sitting for a minute. And I think it's interesting. So the backstory behind this, I was working with this girl, and she said that she was asexual, which is really, really interesting to me. And it had me thinking a lot, because like, not that I don't believe in it, but like I don't understand how you can be. And she was in a relationship though. That's the thing. She just said like she wouldn't care to have like sexual stuff, you know what I mean? But so to me it's like you're telling me like, and I wasn't just questioning it just cause like she in particular, was like the type of person that that I guess, well, she to say the least, she had some insecurities, you know what I mean? And sometimes people with insecurities like to, I don't know how to say it, like they express themselves or try to kind of find uniqueness in themselves to explain why they're like different, I guess. That's like the best way I could say that. Or like the best understanding that I could explain that with. And mainly because, like, I was definitely there, too. You know what I mean? So, like, I get it. You know what I mean? I've been that person. But, yeah. So, anyway. So, she said that. And I did. I questioned it. I'm not sure if I believe it. But I will say, I think that I think it's interesting, but it had me thinking, because then, like can she be asexual? Like, does she feel like no desire to, you know, um get laid or get, you know what I mean, like any of that. And for like, obviously it's not like impossible. Like, it's definitely possible. Like, definitely something that, could be true. But it had me thinking about this. Okay, so what about gay? Is being gay a choice? And a lot of people would say like no, because like in a world where like people don't think it's right, like where people are against it, like why would you choose that? You know what I mean? But I think it's a very simplistic view. You know what I mean? Like like it's a very simple way to look at things. And it's hard to have that conversation because a lot of it is also stirred by emotion, because you say that you're like, one, you're fighting someone's identity, you know what I mean, like in a way it's kind of invalidating somebody, you know what I mean, so it's hard to have that conversation. But I think it's just so simple, because there is no gene for, or at least as far as I know, and like I'm pretty sure science says like there's no like gay gene, you know what I mean? So it's not genetic. But then it had me thinking, like, then I asked myself, was being straight a choice? You know what I mean? Like going from the other direction. And it's hard. It's hard to say because we are designed to want to reproduce, you know what I mean? And there's only for real one way to reproduce, and that's male and a female. But is that genetic? Like what in our brain is telling you, like specifically, like, not, I'm trying to not get vulgar, but like what's like, I get like being attracted to a female, but like the actual like physical action of sex, like it's kind of weird to think about that. Like, where does that come from? You know what I mean? Like, where in our heads does that exist, or in our genetics does that exist? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. And it just has me thinking. But it has me thinking because, the reason why I question whether being gay is a choice or not is because of the fact that if we are designed to want to reproduce, then yeah, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that you know what I mean? Like, it really doesn't make sense. Because you can't reproduce, by, sexual attraction to the same sex, or to like a dog, or, you know what I mean? Like all those things, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think it's biologically driven. You know what I mean? I really don't think so. I'm not saying it's like maybe it's not even a necessarily a choice, because but I don't think people are born necessarily gay, and I don't know about straight. I don't know. But I don't think people are born gay, and I say that because like I said, for one, I do kind of think like the natural inclination would be to be straight. And I know that people aren't born angry, or like another conversation, people aren't necessarily born racist, but and it's not necessarily like a taught behavior either, but it's more so an understanding, or trying to find your place in society, like just the desire to fit in. Like here's one example. That can, because like a lot of these concepts are very, very, very politically charged or emotionally charged. It's kind of the one the same at this point, because people get married and tied to their beliefs. So, but just trying to come from it from like a less charged or viewpoint, whenever you get around a group of college boys or a group of high schoolers, like, they're the biggest dicks. Like, they're the biggest, like, no one I mean, I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. Like, they're just stupid. They're just dumb. You know what I mean? And they do dumb things. But you get them alone and you have a serious conversation with them. Like, you treat them like if you like, for example, it's like if you're an aunt or an uncle and you talk to your high schooler, like, they have good conversations and they're intelligent. You know what I mean? Like, they have good, clever ideas that are cool, and it makes you think. And you know what I mean? Like people aren't stupid. They're not idiots. But there's something that happens whenever you get a group of boys around each other, where it's like all of a sudden it flips. You know what I mean? Like, their whole perspective changes. They're just kind of, you know, very aggressive, like testosterone-y, and I don't know. Like, I mean, you get what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't know why. You know what I mean? But, you know, from their shit, what I'm saying. I need to stop. I need to silence my girlfriend while I do these. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, to be like that, to be like so driven, like, that's a social thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's you reacting to your environment. And your reaction to your environment is semi-taught, but, like, if you break it down like this, like, you can watch your father behave, right? So you can watch your dad behave around boys, or just, like, watch, like, the other thing is, like, if you go to Japan and people are more, like, polite and I don't know if I should say civilized, but they're just more polite. Like, it's just a different culture. You know, you're gonna get different behaviors out of people. So you get I think the majority of people react very, very, you know, in response to the environment. The majority of the people are probably going to be, you know, in line with things. But I think, like, then you're going to get those people, and you can't just explain away these people, or, like, you can't just ignore these people, because you're also going to get those people who are not, you know, they go against the grain and act, you know, loud in the Japanese culture. Like, they're going to be more disrespectful. They're not going to care about XYZ. You know, they're going to act more American, for you know. Just because, like, I think Americans tend to not necessarily mind their manners as much. You know what I mean? Like, we're very expressive, very emotional, very reactionary. You know what I mean? Very individualistic. That's a good word. Whereas Japanese is more, like, collectivistic. Or just Asian in general is very collectivistic. But yeah. So basically, all I'm saying is, like, there's not anyone's fault for your behavior. It's your own fault for your behavior, because there is no one reaction that you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like your reaction to certain things depends on you, on how you respond to those things, how you perceive those things. The story that you tell yourself is a story that you believe. And so that's why if you act bad because your dad drinks, like, that's your fault. You know what I mean? Like, that's on you. It's not your fault that your dad drinks, and that sucks. But it's your responsibility to then figure out how you are to behave in this world. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, it's that, because I do kind of think, like, there is a correlation between well, actually, I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't for real. It's just what I know I've looked into it before, but at the same time, like, you know, I'm not one to necessarily trust in the statistics. But assuming that these statistics are correct, without thinking necessarily through it, so, like, you know, a lot of grains of salt. But if there is a correlation between like, I don't know, missing dads or abusive parents and people being gay, then yeah, then there must be some type of correlation there. And it's not necessarily a choice, but it's a reactionary response, which I will say, like, it just depends on how you perceive the situation and then the things that happen to you following that or whatever. I think I heard this from Jordan Peterson, so it must be correct. I did find he did say that people who are like the biggest percentage of people who like molest children are children who got molested. You know what I mean? But that's not a sentencing. Like, that doesn't mean that people who molest children are people who are gonna molest, or people who got molested are people who are going to molest kids. But you know what I'm saying? So it's not a death sentence. You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is, like, there is kind of like a logical path. You know what I mean? There's a history to it. You know what I mean? You're not just born raping children, is what I'm trying to say. So that's kind of where it goes full circle. I don't necessarily think people are born gay. Are people born straight? I don't know. That's hard too, because it's like, I don't know. Because I don't fully understand, is wanting to reproduce, where is that genetically? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a weird thing. I mean, I could, I could look into it, and so maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe there is something, and I would look into it right now, but I don't want dead air, because I feel like this has been a really good episode. So I might do another episode right after this, and then once I do that, I'll look into it and I could let you guys know. But yeah, I mean, but isn't that interesting though? Like just to go the other direction. Are you born straight? You know what I mean? I don't know. And you know what? I guess if the answer is yes, then I don't know. Where does that come from though? Like, is that just like, I don't know, man. But it is interesting. But like, the only thing that I do know is that for sure, like, people biologically want to reproduce. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense as far as like sexuality goes. But like, what about like relationships or like love? Like, would you ever say that you love a woman, but like, why? You know what I mean? Like what is love for real? Like, isn't it just like a feeling of connection? Like, you feel connected with somebody, but then it's like, I don't know. It's like, isn't that a choice? You know what I mean? Isn't that something that you choose? Like, I don't for real believe that. I don't for real believe that love, like, you get that feeling of like, ooh, like, oh man, like, this girl is so pretty, or like, oh, like, she, what's the other way? Like, oh, she's so pretty, or oh, like I don't know, like, there definitely are times, like, 100%, like, I'll look at a girl and she's just like drop dead, like, gorgeous, but like in a really cute way, and that's a different feeling than it's like, oh, that girl's hot, you know what I mean? I want to XYZ, you know what I mean? So I mean, there's two emotions there, right? And I just what am I trying to say? I don't know necessarily, like, yeah. So there's two emotions there, and they're different. One is you physically want to, without actually trying to stay polite. You want to get inside of her. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fucked up whenever you see it that way. But like, yeah. So like, there's two different things that you're feeling there. It's like, you either want to have her make more of you, or you want to or I don't know. I don't know what that cute thing is. I think it's just like appreciation for beauty, I think. Cause like for like there will be people who is like I look at them and like I don't even feel like I want to like like get to action. Like I just want to be around them. But then the other side to that is like there is that emotion with guys too. Like there are some guys where it's like they just give off like really good positive vibes. You know what I mean? It's just girls have that extra bonus of I don't know, like being cuter. You know what I mean? Whereas like guys are more like I respect this dude. You know what I mean? I don't know. So maybe that's just like a different thing altogether. Maybe there's like sexual attraction, and then there's the attraction of like this person is going to take care of me. You know what I mean? Like keep me alive. Like I feel protected with this person. I guess kind of like that type of energy. You know what I mean? Because then if you think about that too, that is kind of like a survival thing too. You know what I mean? Because like we're like one and two things, right? So like we want to reproduce. Well, like as I guess like as far as survival comes with wanting to reproduce, and survival comes with living. So like finding food, getting having resources. So it's like positive people attract people. So it's like the more positive people that you are around, the more you'll have resources of your own. Also, the more likely they'll have resources. So it's like you want to be a part of that group. You know what I mean? You want to be a part of the popular group because they have more resources. Because people come with resources. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I guess that's like the train of thought there. So that just might be like like very pretty, beautiful women. It just might be like a thing of like, oh, like they will get me resources or something like that. You know what I mean? I think we're all selfish. Like that's why I never trust a politician or people who I was talking about this a few podcast episodes ago, but I never trust someone who is too inspired to speak up against injustices, against animals or anything, unless you yourself have some, like if you're a farmer and you have gone to, I don't know, someplace, or like this girl that I met the other day, like she's a vegan because one day she went and saw a pig get slaughtered, and it was that day forward that like she felt bad about that, like she cried because of that. That's understandable to me. Like I get that. Like you had that experience, you don't feel good about animals dying, so you don't participate in that knowingly. Yeah. So it's like you don't participate in that knowingly. So like that's something that I can respect. You know what I mean? Because she makes that choice. You know what I mean? She saw that, she experienced that, she felt bad about that, and so she does not agree with that. But let's see what else. Oh yeah. Wait, I was trying to figure out why I was saying that, or like what that has anything to do with like is being gay a choice or not. Yeah, how did I get there? I don't know. That's one thing about like, I don't know, solo conversations. I feel like they can go in so many different directions. Like so can like a conversation. Like I just started listening to Off the Pill podcast at work, just because like I mean Joe Rogan's podcast is great, but it's like I need something more sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I kind of like the like they kind of got like a mature college vibe going. You know what I mean? Like well, it's just like a group of boys. You know what I mean? And that's what's cool. You know what I mean? Like I kind of dig that a little bit, because I feel like I feel like I never really connected with men. You know what I mean? So well. So I feel like it's, I don't know, it's interesting. And that's also, I think it's why I like Joe Rogan so. I mean, a lot of people like Joe Rogan, but I don't know, man. I don't really know. What was I saying? This was interesting. I was really onto something. Yeah, I mean, I guess like, man, if I'm gonna say anything, like, I just don't know. Oh, here's where I was going. Yeah. Cause some people, so like the difference between, I guess, like sexual attraction and then like resources. You know what I mean? There's like the feeling of like safety and security. Yeah, yeah, I just feel like certain people give you that sense of security, and that's probably why you feel such an attraction toward them. But I guess that could also be a sexual thing. Like if that what is sexually arousing to you, and maybe you don't care so much about the reproduction side. Like maybe you see it like the opposite of the way that I see it. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's more like whereas I'll see like a really cute girl, and it's like my heart falls in love. Like my heart's like, oh my gosh. But it's more coming from a place of like, well, I think it's more coming from a place of like, oh, like if I'm around them, good things will happen. I will be safe. You know what I mean? I will survive. Whereas like then I see the other kind of person's like, oh, I will be able to reproduce with that because their body is, I don't know, shows signs of good reproductive health or whatever. I don't know. Or I guess like that's a genetic thing, isn't it? Like, oh, like they have good genes. So like good genes for like reproduction or whatever. So there's that side of it. And then I guess there is I guess like maybe like someone else would see it like the other way, you know what I mean? Like someone else would see like oh, these people would make me like I will survive if I'm around these people. So with that in mind, I should stay around this person and be in this relationship, which I guess kind of makes sense because if you're not necessarily interested in reproduction necessarily, and you feel safer around a male, which makes sense too because I mean, let's be like if we're gonna be honest, the majority of men are like if you're gonna have a girl that's gonna protect you, she better be like kick-ass, like ninja train, you know what I mean, versus like a man is just like brute, you know what I mean, like a brute muscular, you know what I mean, like there's, I mean, I don't even have to explain it, like there's just genetic differences in the way that men and women's bodies are formed that make like men just more fit for like warfare or stuff like that. So but anyway, we're actually getting to the end of this episode, so if you guys want to support this podcast, I'm gonna continue this in the next episode because I think it was really interesting, and it's cool to think about, you know what I mean, and I actually kind of feel like I'm getting somewhere, or at least organizing my thoughts in some kind of way. But anyway, so if you guys enjoyed this episode, one thing that you can do to help support this podcast is you can donate if you want to. If you go to my website, joshuatbryan.com. There's also a merchandise section now. Finally got that up. There's just one product on it, but it's a cool product, so if you want to check that out, you can definitely do that. But really, truthfully, the best thing that you can do to help support this is, 1, by leaving a review wherever you listen or watch. 2, by sharing with anyone that you think will enjoy it. And 3, just by, if you like this podcast, obviously, just by, keep listening. And hopefully, eventually, like, participate in forum or conversation. If I ever get on social media, which probably won't. But if I do get a forum on my website, a forum, I mean, then you can, we can definitely have like conversation there. You know what I mean? Have some back and forth, some type of like community being built around that. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool. But anyway, that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. I hope you found this concept or this idea interesting, and I will check you guys next time. See ya.